Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tina and I am here to share with you this winter foliage kit that is part of our Scrappin' With You 2025 Christmas and July kits. I had to kind of lay my pieces out because I wasn't real sure which way they would go. This is a kind of a merge. This is an old Close to My Heart paper that I have mixed with photo play papers, and I have some embellishments and everything. I think the color combination has turned out so good. I love the extra little pops of these brighter colors. I went a little brighter with the blue for the background, and then I added some brighter green to kind of just make it a little fresher, and I'm really enjoying that. Okay, I had laid it out of hopes that it would kind of help me bring it together in my mind, right? Everything has to exist in our mind. So let's get down to these bottom pages. There are so many embellishments in this kit. I don't even know if you're going to use them all. You could really have some fun with them. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all the photo mats either. All right, I know that I finally laid out my stripes the way I liked them, but you know, you could put these stripes on however you would like. I really do like the color combinations. I kind of feel like I'm still going to want to put the red on this page when we get there. All right, here we go. You have this heavyweight light gray that is so amazing. I think this is called Cobblestone, and I think maybe the background is called Tiffany Blue. Just goes to show you, you can really work with all the papers. All right, I'm leaving a 1/2 inch all the way around the 3 sides, creating a frame on this 2-page layout. I like frame layouts. I've decided I need to start using them a little more often. I do like to double layer up my background pages a lot. I like to see that little border around it. It's just a style preference for me. But I don't do nearly enough frames like this. So I've decided that I think I'm going to have myself design my next 4 or 5 layouts using the frame technique. Okay, I just have a feeling I'm going to want to move it. These are all, okay, so this one here is 11 by 11.5. All right, and just in case you guys want to remake these yourselves, these are 2.5 by, I want to say 10, hold on. 2.5 by 10 strips. You're going to use 4 of them. I can see already, I put it down and I like it, but I know I'm going to use it. I love the mini dot here. It's just like, because I have a lot of green on this page, right? Let's swap this one. So then I'm going to have 2 greens either way I do these, but see, I feel like this is 3 solids on this one. So we're just going to switch those over. I had a feeling I might be doing a switch. I'm done. Okay, so the idea for these strips, they should not be straight. You should just kind of put them however. Now that I have them the way I want them, like you can put them on an angle. Now you can do them straight and leave spaces and move them up and down. I think what I'll do is, since I have another one coming up where they definitely go on an angle, I'm going to do these straight. So this one kind of is equal up and down. And what I'm going to do, just to kind of save time, see, you have the other sides too on the double-sided papers, of course. I'm going to flip these all over. I'm tempted to kind of have 2 of these. I really like it. All right, look, we're just going to do this so I can flip them over a little faster. We're going to keep them straight and kind of just move them up and down, top to the bottom. I have the big gun out and then I'll put it away. This is actually what I craft with on a regular basis. I just find it's very clunky when I'm doing the videos. All right, so this scrapping kit is inspired by Christmas in July, but they're great sketches, and you know, I love to share them, but I don't do all my scrap in kits public here on the YouTube channel. A lot of those I just record the videos. I'm going to go a little high on this one. I record the videos, and then I Sorry guys, I had to be quiet while I did that. I leave them in private mode because you can access them using the QR codes that come on the cover sheets of all the projects. And I don't know, I guess I've just never really wanted my whole YouTube channel. We do so many of these kits, you know, I like to share a lot of things. But if you are ever interested in finding more of these videos, you can go to my website, the Creating With You website. And if you go to Scrap In Kits, there will be a lot of, we're attaching all of the videos there as well now. So this is July of 2025, I would say. Oh, I love it. By August, you should see lots of videos attached through our available kits. All right, fantastic. This is such a great 2.5 inch strips, 2.5 by 10. This is such a great way to do a background. This is a wonderful last chance layout for your papers as well. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. Lots of little tidbits, okay? These are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. I'm gonna anchor my two opposite. So I'm gonna do that one and just kind of dump these on here. I want to build around those and then add the extra photo mats. There are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 photo mats, but the orientation on those could change. And this one here. Okay, here we go. All right, and now there are 6 of the white photo mats included, but let's kind of build around this. This is just a little feature that is in here, cut with this gold glimmer paper. These are meant to be peekaboo. These are very big embellishments, but I do want to see some of the gold. So I'm going to put the gold down. I'm not going to put any adhesive here because I do these as, usually, I do these as pre-done layouts, and sometimes these layouts are not even ones that I'm looking for, but we have a wonderful group, and all of our submissions for our layouts are from the group members. I have a big list that I keep adding to, and everyone makes suggestions, and I get through so many each month of these quick layouts, and our average cost of all the layouts are, you know, $10. All right, so for those of you who got this, you're watching this video, you can see this is coming together really easily. I am adding foam tape for dimension. As always, I think adding foam tape and some bling out of your stash is the most perfect way to add to these. And then the best way to finish them and personalize them is with your favorite family memories. All right, I think I'm gonna get out, this will be my last one. Let me get out those little pre-done squares. I save those for these videos, but my instinct is always to grab these. This paper's a little thin. These are die cuts that I had from Close to My Heart. So they're not the ones we print. These printed die cuts here are on paper that's a little bit thinner than the ones that we make. So when you get printed die cuts from us, the paper is a heavier weight. All right. Peeling, but I'm not going to peel it all, but I want to peel enough, okay? I'm going to put this right here, have some of that gold peeking out. I'm not going to press it down. I have these extra leaves, and I want to be able to stick those in wherever I would like. I think I'm going to go this way. Just play with it until you find what you want. I'm thinking, I don't know that I want 2 of them. Now that I'm looking at it, I kind of feel like I'm going to use 1. I like it with the 1, but I have the other one aside for when I'm ready to add. A little bit of glue, liquid glue, so I can lift it because I really didn't press it down and kind of put that where I want it. And the glue is down lower. It's not on the photo frame. Okay, good to go. I want to decorate this one as well. I really like this, so there's a high probability that I'm going to copy it. And you don't have to do them on the side. We could do them on the bottom. I'm thinking I like this. You even have these little, there's circles that are going to be so cute. You're going to see me slip those in. You even have these little things to add to pictures. and some strips, which I want to grab some of the strips now because I'm looking. Here's one here, and I know that I want them to be at 10. So I'm going to grab this strip here that's in your kit and tear the top. They're 12 inches. And tear the bottom. I want it to be shorter than the 10. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And just kind of line that up wherever you would like it. And then you also have multiple of these greens. And I realized I'm going to want a green here. And I'm thinking I'm going to do this one on the bottom of this photo here and let it peek out the bottom, whereas that one, it's on the top. So I want to get that low enough, and I kind of like that, and then I can add extra photo there. Bring in some of these leaves. I like the lighter color that's on these leaves. The red is a match. The green that's on the inside is like 2 shades lighter than the green, but it kind of matches this one here a little bit more. And then I brought in a softer leaf, and I think it just brings in these brighter colors. And I love to do different color combinations. All right, we're going to take the green. I'm going to go to the inside of this one. And you have more. You have, I think, 2 more after this. Yeah, it looks like you get 3 of these green ones and then 1 to do a little pop. And I might add some across the other parts of my papers, my photo mats or something like that. I like having the option. All right, I let it sit for a minute. I'm like, that's how I want it. So here we go. This is gonna look really nice. I like the offset. No adhesive is here, so I can slide my picture underneath of that. I'm gonna move it down just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Let's use those squares and make super quick work of this time. I do often like to get the little points, some of the pointed area, not all of them, because I don't want them collapsing in my books. But I think I'm just a person who's nervous with foam tape. Like, I just want to know that I've kind of put it everywhere. I have a foam tape sister who uses more than me. She's my foam tape person, but I would never ask her if I had enough foam tape. Sharon, if you end up watching this, hi. All right, there we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and peel. I'm going to peel the bottom portions so that as I lay this on top of my photo, and this is plenty to stick, but that way I'll be able to get my photo behind it with no issues. Foam tape is very sticky, and I don't want the gold peeking out the top on this one. And not pushing down yet because I do want to add these extra pieces underneath for this one. I want that to come out all the way to the blue. I'm going to snip this little bit off because it's just that was playing a little peekaboo with me. A little bit of glue there. And this one is going to kind of come out this way. There we go. And then this one's going to go up here. So this one will get 2. It'll be a little bigger. They don't all have to be the same. I do feel like this one looks like it's missing one now. So I'm going to do a tiny peekaboo amount. Just cut off a good portion of the bottom there. And that way I can kind of just put this under here and not have a lot of it sticking out. There we go. I like that. Okay, the mats, the additional photo mats, as I said, 3 1/4, it might be 3 by 4. Okay, I did these 3 by 4 because of the size. It just meant that they were, you know, off a little bit. You can do these however you would like. I did not want to add additional colors to the photo mats because they will, you know, kind of take away from the background. So you can do kind of 2 like this and 1 in that other orientation if you like. You could do 3 across. I am thinking that I'm going to offer myself some variety on these and go with this. this. Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to keep them all. I like having the two down here and the one up here next to this. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit so it's not as high as that photo. I'm going to see if I can slide this underneath. Yes, I can. I did really good. All right. So that means these photos will be just a little bit smaller. The focal on the 6x4s will be bigger, which is so nice. Keeping this one straight. And I'm going to check both of these before I do them if I want them both straight, and then kind of, I could do this so that they all come across evenly on the top if I keep this one straight. I am. There we go. All right, so now these, they're white. I don't know why I flip them over. It's one of those things I always talk about that I'm like, I'm not exactly sure why I flip them over. So now we'll just kind of flip, and I don't want to put too much thought into how I'm putting these down because I want them to just kind of look like I naturally whoosh, popped them down. All right, we have a few other little things. These circles with the blue, I like that a lot, and they're going to add some little embellishments and some additional foliage. All right. Oh, it looks like we just had a power surge. I just heard it click. Here, I'll put one there. Oh, also, you have a whole nother one of these in your kit if you wanted to use an additional one. I'm missing a blue circle. I thought I had 3, but maybe I only had 2. Oh, it's right in front of me. All right. So you have some additional pieces. I have one here. I kind of like what I have. I almost feel like there's too many embellishments in the kit for me, so I'm not going to use those either. But I am going to bring in this green. I'm going to do a little something with that. I want to go ahead and get these down. These are super cute. Really like these. And you don't have to do them all in blue, of course. They're two-sided. You can flip them over and have that white one grain, the wood grain, if you would like. I'm going to be grabbing some bling out of my stash. A little bit of glue on this. Oh, those are really cute. I wished I had put that down just a smidgen. I don't know what a smidgen means. I'm sure like if you look it up, it tells you what the technical measurement is. I've always found that so interesting. All right. This is really happy with this. I'm doing my my stripes on a diagonal, but these are stripes. So if that specific orientation is something that you want to pay attention to, go this way with this one. There we go. Oh, isn't this just lovely? All right, so now I have, you have 2 more of these. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I want to, since I have a couple, I'm gonna go ahead and tear. I wanna see if I wanna add these to where I would put some words. I love to do words. One of my favorite things, I just got some new letters on order. I cannot wait to get them in. But I've been using these for years. And before this, I started way back in the day with one of those little you would turn the wheel and then you would push it and it would like impression. That's where I really got into words. I've been using words for a really, really long time. I do a lot of my journaling like this, especially if I have, you know, more than one page of the same thing. But I like to put, so I could do my words, this is a 1/2 inch. I could do my words in like 3/8 of an inch and kind of have them on there. It adds a little bit more of the pattern and brings that in, and I like that as well. Okay. All right, just in case, I'm going to put this right there. I'm going to barely put these down because I'm going to want to kind of get those up. So I'm barely putting them down, but just in case, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to keep the extra zip strip that I have in the bag with this done layout. And I am hoping this layout is going to go to winter time when we go to Longwood Gardens. I think this is going to be a gorgeous layout for that. And I have a great place to add journaling. I can add journaling in here on these strips here. I could add journaling on my photos now. And another thing that you could do is if you wanted to leave off maybe like this end, you could do all your journaling right here, right on that, you know, do whatever you like. I actually think I could add it if I wanted to, but I feel like it's good. Let's grab some bling. I am currently using up lots and lots of my bling. Normally I try to pull it, but you know, if you saw my drawer, then you would know that my struggle is real. I tend to pull out lots, and one of the things I'm trying to work through right now is my Close to My Heart bling, as I've brought in all new bling. And I really love it. But during that time, I kind of FOMO'd. And I know I don't have my mic on, but I am going to kind of finish the video with that. So hopefully I'm at least audible. All right. I think I'm going to do a few pops of the red and this pine green. I love the new bling, as I was mentioning, that I've brought in, but I have a limited amount of room. And right now, a lot of the Close to My Heart bling and acrylic pieces are taking up some room. All right, I'm going for that scarlet, which is the dark red. So if you still have these packs. Oh, I also have, look at this. I have a tiny bit of, I did merge my bling. I have a tiny bit of those in there. I think I might get rid of those. I do like to have sizes, but all right, let's go ahead and pop these down. I'm going to go with these. All right, we're going to go with right here. And then I have some pine stars right here. And they match, so I'll use the smaller ones and a heart. At some point, I'm just going to have to say I've gotten enough of my bling and it's just time to let it go. I don't know what that looks like yet though, because I just still have so much of it. All right, medium heart going out next to this one. And on this one, I'm going to do a small mini dot or a small dot. I'll put that on this side. No, I'll put it there. I lied. All right, we'll do another one. And this will be it for me. So whatever I get out of this, I'm going to be done. The reds, if I don't use them all, it's going in the trash. That's where we are. All right, there we go. I like that. And how about up here too? I'm going to put the red on the red, kind of like I did the green on the green here, kind of take away a little bit. And I thought I had a sheet. There it is. Let's say I had another sheet here. As I work through all these, I really do appreciate the amount of bling that I've accumulated over these years, but I am ready to use new stuff. I'm not going to throw it away because it's valuable. All right, I think I like just the 2 on each. I lied. Let's go for the 3. Apparently, these are some old beveled, Close to My Heart. I've had these for a really long time. The red ones. I've had those for a really long time. And look, I am actually getting through my bling. And this, I'll be happy to package these up and just throw them to the swap table, because maybe someone is looking for those. You know, maybe someone was like, oh, that's just the perfect amount of bling that I needed to finish my project. And how wonderful is that I can just give that. All right, guys, here it is. I love this kit. This is Winter Foliage. And you can see great room for pictures. Just a little bit of bling and foam tape. The dimension on that is so good. Look at that. Adding in some brighter colors though. I really liked adding in this lighter, brighter blue. It's actually slightly darker. And then playing with those greens, I think has given this a fresh look. And that's kind of what I wanted. I love the gold glimmer as a nice little touch. Maybe even you could have added some gold bling to it as well if you wanted to go that route and really bring out the gold. That would have been nice too. And this is all set up for a done layout for me to add to my stash. I hope you guys have liked this project. Maybe you'll even be encouraged to grab your papers and remake this great sketch, and look for other Scrap In With You kits that will have this sketch as well. Not this paper. For those of you who got this, this was the last project that I ever made with this collection. I'm currently going through so many of my papers right now and doing one last project with them, and I'm loving feeling like everything's coming full circle. So thank you for purchasing this kit, and I hope you've had a great time making it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help me out here in the YouTube community. And if you leave me a comment about what you think of the sketch, or maybe just to say hi, I'll make sure I get back with you. I answer every single comment. You guys have a great day. And as always, we wish you plenty of crafty goodness. Bye-bye.